So you just want to see what you look like, basically, don't you?
Yeah.
That's literally it. But this could definitely go on the blooper reel also. Yeah. So Grace, brilliant result on Sunday. We know you were there watching. How did you feel seeing the girls lift the trophy?
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. I don't know if I'd have been more nervous playing or watching. My heart was racing. There were times where I felt like I was on the pitch, felt like I just wanted to get involved, but I can't. It was an absolute credit for women's football, and both teams gave it their all. An 89th minute winner we fought, and then a 93rd minute equaliser. What more can you ask for? And then we came out on top. The county cup's just been such an amazing competition for both teams, with the Devs being in the semi-final. So just what a great competition, what a great way to end it with a win for the club.
I mean, you've been a player who's played for both teams this season so far. You played for the first team, you played for the Devs team, sort of been in between both. What's the differences between the two, do you think?
Well, I think the semi-final proved that the differences there aren't many differences. I think a lot of the Devs players are really pushing to get into the first team. It's such credit. There's Tilly, Crystal, everyone really pushing. Imogen. I would say the main difference is Rishi is like a developer, and he is really, really trying to just get these girls ready for first team football, and he's doing a great job at it. We play really high. It's a bit different in the first team, obviously different leagues, but really isn't that much difference. It's such a credit, both teams.
Now, talking about you, when I first came to the club last year, you were a goalkeeper, a mighty fine one as well, I might add. But obviously, tell us a little bit about why it is that you're no longer in goal.
Yeah, so I think it's a bit of a shock to everyone because I'm a goalkeeper through and through. I still say I'm part of the GK union, always will. I actually got a really bad shoulder dislocation last year, and then after that I did all my rehab, came back stronger, and it just kept happening and there was nothing I can do. I didn't want to stop playing football, so I was like, you know what, let's give it a go out on pitch, and it's working and I'm really enjoying it. It was hard at the start because all I wanted to do, I'd look over at the goalkeeper training and it's always so fun. So it was hard, but no, I'm really enjoying it now, but still a goalkeeper at heart.
So the first time we saw you out on pitch, you were a left back, and you've done a really good job being there on left back as well. Tell us about the differences it is for being out on pitch than it is to being on goal.
I think just being able to see the whole pitch when you're in goal, you can really command the whole pitch and see everything that's going on. At left back it's a bit different. Maybe I stayed quite similar, I stayed at the back, but it's just seeing the whole pitch. It took me a bit of time to kind of work out the positioning of everyone and work out where they needed to go and where I needed to go, rather than being in the middle of the pitch at the back. But no, I've always been really good with my feet. I've found that transition really easy, and just differences all over. Not being able to catch the ball. I think I gave away a handball in the first game. That hasn't happened since.
So another thing that we've noticed about you is that obviously you worked very hard at trying to get some goals. Hasn't happened yet for the first team that I've noticed, but some cracking goals in some development games, including one from nearly at the halfway line, which is a probable contender for goal of the season. Talk to us a little bit more about some of the goals you've scored for the Devs and how your confidence is improving.
I always loved taking penalties. I was such an advocate for, when I was a goalkeeper, taking penalties. I would always ask to take one. I think it's, as a goalkeeper, you kind of know the feeling of being there, and you kind of know what to do. You can kind of suss out what they're going to do, how to psych them out, how to send them the wrong way, things like that. So I've always been really confident with penalties. And my other goal, I couldn't even tell you. When I first came off, I told people it was a fluke, but I don't know because I do try it every game. But most of the time it does go off for a throw-in. But and then my free kick, I trust my left foot, that area. I thought, I'm just going to take it, I'm just going to shoot, and luckily it went in.
A good goal it was too, very good goal. We've got Wroxham coming up this weekend, of course, lots of places up for grabs. I'm sure you'll be fighting for one as well. What do you think about the league form that we've had this season, and more importantly, what these last 3 games are going to mean for us before the next cup final?
Yeah, we're in a position where all we can do is play the games ahead of us. We can play these 3 games and get 9 points. That's all we can do at the moment, and whether that's a fortunate position or not, that's where we're at. So the league form has been good. We've dropped silly points, but I think adjusting to a new league, coming down from the WNL last year, adjusting to a new league is always hard, and it's never easy to go back up in the first season because everything's played so differently. But I think we just try and win the next 3 games ahead of us, try and win on Sunday without worrying about who the opponents are, and then we'll see where we go from there, see what happens.
How important do you think it is to keep good form in those league games before the cup final?
Yeah, I do think it's important. I think that we'd go in with a lot of confidence if we were in good league form. But I also have faith in these girls that if we, hopefully don't, but if we lost the game before, we'd still come back and put on a show in the final. And I think that's an absolute credit to everyone, because it'd be hard to do that. But I know that these girls could do it 100%.
Excellent. Well done, Grace. Thank you.
Thank you.